Well, I decided to attack this from a different direction. That bottom is so well put on there, even though it looks so bad. I'm afraid I'm just going to make a mess out of it. Now, the front appears to not be so well assembled. And actually, on further inspection, it looks like the knobs are a little kind of dinged up. This face appears to just sit on there, and it looks like it just goes in that. I don't know if that's a dado or miter. I can never remember the difference. So if somebody wants to scold me for not remembering my woodworking joints, that's fine. It's not a miter. It's the face actually seems to have come off of this rather easy. It's kind of interesting. These are apparently made by Fada. The knobs say Fada on them. So this will give me a chance to kind of clean this up a little bit. My goal is to bend this and maybe it'll just carefully pop off. It seems very springy, like it's some sort of material. That's very interesting. Behind here it looks like a sheet of plywood, and it looks like there might be some screws in there. These smaller controls might be a bit of a match. No, these are, you know, one way I can tell if this has been worked on is if it has multiple ding marks on the shafts here. You know, those shafts look pretty tight, but we're about over halfway done, so now this shaft has a lot of marks on it, like it's been spinning or reset. And actually this knob has a big hole in it, so let's see. So we'll kind of work on this. I really hadn't planned on disassembling this radio, to be really quite honest. That one's going to be a bear. This kind of base is keeping me from getting to this control very easily. I'm going to need a smaller screwdriver. So, see if I can worm this one in there. There we go. That's. I should have went and gotten the first damn place. That one's kind of interesting because it's. That's interesting. That actually has a dimple in it for the control. So let's see. Apart from this being very dirty, so is this set in a miter down here, or it kind of looks like it? We can just gently. Yeah, that was a no-brainer. Aha! So here's the face of this. Just set that to the side. I think I'll give that a careful wiping. Yeah, see, somebody's had this apart before and lost a screw. So this is how you take this apart. So all my stupid screwing around or not. So I'll have to fix that bottom back up. So these are just little baby screws. Looks like there was, what, 5 of them at one time. Well, you know, there was more than 5. Man, somebody didn't do it very good. So this has been repaired once. I doubt that the factory did this. So like a lot of radios, there's kind of a faux front behind there. It's kind of like old Hollywood. Looks good on the front, especially when you drop the screws. But you know, more than likely I've got some, that's interesting. No, they're a little different. So somebody may have put something different in there. So it looks like there were 2 screws on the bottom that never got installed. Gee, this plywood is a little tore up. It's kind of interesting though. So, you know, they saved themselves a lot of problems if they just let you take the bottom off the damn thing without a fight. It would have looked good. You would have had to take all those knobs off. That's actually kind of dumb. We'd have had some screws on the bottom. We wouldn't have this big hullabaloo. Well, you got quite a bit of stuff scattered around here. The face, all the knobs, all the tubes, a bunch of screws. So can you just, yep, that's just going to slide out. Okay, so mental note. You go to take your Fada apart. It just pops out the front. Let me put that away before it gets any more mashed. Seem to be hung up on some sort of little, what's those wires? So it's so apparently it's real. This isn't good. Its real face has been revealed, so I bet $1 that this is. They notched that. That's funny. So this has been sitting in some old cruddy barn. What looks like a big mouse nest in there. The bottom of this thing may be totaled. This might have been a mouse house. Yuck. Okay, we'll fix that later. Okay, so you're ready for the unveiling here? No, not too bad. Okay, I lucked out. So, looks like there might have been a little chewing over here. Yep, they destroyed that transformer. Son of a gun. The wiring is all pulled out. Well, that's not the first time that's ever happened. Or will it ever be the last? But in general, this is in pretty good shape. Yeah, they chewed that wiring up. Usually those... Okay. So here you can see the guts of the thing, and it's, again, pretty basic. There's only a few moving parts here. There's one cap. The resistor, or the tubes sit in these little buckets. This transformer's in bad shape. That's too bad. It's gonna stink too because it's pretty low profiled. It's more wide than. Although we should be able to fix that up. Although I'm gonna consider this a win because there's none of this other wiring with this spaghetti over it is really chewed up. Just this one. Well. So my chances of finding a Fada transformer are probably about -3. That's okay, you know. These are the perils. So there's a couple ways I can go about this. I could. Most of these transformers are like 3 to 1. They're nothing super special. They're just basic audio transformers. They do stand a little high voltage, about 90 volts, so it's nothing super critical. Yeah, they chewed that up a little bit too. I need to get a brush in there. So the base of this thing is running out of my battery. So okay, we're just gonna run this until it dies. Maybe it did die. Nope, it's still running. The base of this is just ply, and there's some bracing. These are the little neutralization controls. They actually cut a nice hole for those. Don't ask me why, but that bugs the hell out of me. Oh well. That's the risk you take. You know, if you get to an auction and don't look something over really super good, it's where is as is. It really is. They aren't, and the other saying is they aren't going to get any better because you paid more money for them. Although I should be thankful, none of these controls are tore up. The knobs are in good shape. Here's the grid leak resistor. We can just pop that. I thought we could pop that out of there. Actually, one time it said grid leak before my little furry-footed friends tore that off. Mice and old radios are bad news. Most of these radios are so old you don't have to worry about too many diseases. One of the diseases we have here in the U.S. is the hantavirus. More something you would worry about in active nests, but it's something to be concerned about. And I'll take this outside and carefully blow it. I really didn't see any droppings or anything. There's just some residue. So I believe somebody had this apart. It probably didn't quit working, and somebody had it apart and said, "Oh shoot, I'll sell it to this other dummy." That's okay. Unlike the majority of cavemen we have running around, I can probably fix this up just fine. So this cap is kind of an interesting mech. I'll just zoom in there and take a good hard look at it. How's that sound?